Hey everyone, Jake here from CVP, and today we're going to take a look back at our favourite pieces of kit that were released in 2024. These are kind of in release order, so let's get started with the Red V Raptor X, which was announced all the way back in January. I think this has kind of been overlooked a little bit because of the Nikon acquisition of Red, which was arguably one of the largest pieces of industry news this year. The standout feature of the Raptor X has to be the incredible global shutter sensor, which Red have somehow managed to pull similar dynamic range out of compared to the rolling shutter 8K sensor in the regular Raptor VV. And even push it a little bit further with their extended highlight mode, which effectively captures two different exposures and combines them together to provide an insane amount of dynamic range. There are of course limitations to this, but Red have been refining the software behind this all year, and it's now in an even better state compared to when we last properly tested it. This camera is a serious powerhouse, and definitely worth a look if your work or next production could benefit from the incredible global shutter inside, and of course all of the regular awesome features that the Red cameras have. Up next is DJI's Focus Pro LiDAR focusing system. This was announced in April and started shipping a few months later. Since then, it's become a very popular way of adding autofocus to manual focus lenses. Once set up correctly, the results from this system can be really impressive, especially when rigged up nicely. Adding autofocus onto your favourite cine lens or camera is great, and it can also integrate into DJI's excellent existing ecosystem of accessories like their Ronins. I'm really hoping we get this updated LiDAR system on the Ronin 4D at some point, and that DJI keeps expanding what the Focus Pro can do, as the tech inside it is fantastic, but I think it could do so much more. But it really is impressive what DJI offers here for the price. We created a pretty in-depth video all about this, so if you want to learn more about it, check out that video. Canon announced a good amount this year, but their most exciting announcements have to be the C80 and C400. Both of these cameras share a bunch, but do have different pros and cons to them. The C80 is the long-awaited successor to the incredibly popular C70, but builds on it in a few different ways. Instead of the Super 35 dual gain output sensor in the C70, the C80 uses the same backside illuminated full-frame 6K sensor found in the C400, which has a triple native ISO, can capture clean, detailed imagery, and can shoot a good range of high frame rates. It also now has a 12G SDI output on top of the already good range of inputs and outputs on the C70. This was a massive thing that people requested the C70 to have. Otherwise, physically, it's very similar to the C70, but has some minor changes, including an improved LCD hinge design and lock. We've shot quite a lot with it, and it's a great camera to use for run and gun shooting, as well as more controlled studio environments. Compared to the C80, the C400 obviously has a larger and arguably more professionally orientated form factor and design, a greater range of inputs and output options, including Gen Lock, which the C80 doesn't have, an extra SDI, a 12-pin for use with broadcast lenses, and it uses CF Express Type B media, which I find more reliable and robust and are much faster than SD cards, while not being that much more expensive. The C400 can shoot 6K 60 RAW, whereas the C80 is limited to 30p. It can also shoot larger data rate RAW, as well as more flavours of RAW than the C80. The C400 has a Super 16 crop mode that the C80 does not have, which could be important for some broadcast applications. The C400 also has the ability to shoot 4K 120 RAW, while the C80 is limited to 4K 120 in long op. So there are clear differences between the two of them, which make them better for different productions and end users, and there's a clear price difference as well. We've actually upgraded from the R5C as our primary talking head camera and BTS camera to the C80, as for us it will be a more versatile and easier to use camera for those scenarios. If you want to see the images that these cameras can capture and learn more about them, check out our full in-depth reviews of both of them. 2024 has been the year of autofocus cine lenses, though I would say this trend kind of begun in 2023 with Samyang's VAF primes, but 3 new lenses were announced this year that I think show a shift in lens design. We've had Blazar introduce their Apex 1.33x autofocus anamorphic primes, Sirui announced a 40mm T1.8 1.33x autofocus anamorphic prime as well, and Sigma showed off their Cine hybrid 28-45mm T2. Both the Apex and Sigma's lens have a combination of features which give them the ability to go from manual focus for cine workflows to autofocus for more solo operation, which is awesome. The Sigma looks especially cool as it features top-mounted focus markings and hard end stops, which is pretty unique for a lens that also has autofocus. This makes the manual focus experience really nice, and you can then just enable autofocus when you need it. These lenses are a clear change in the design of video focus lenses. Autofocus has been adopted by a lot of people shooting video now, but this is often at the compromise of manual focusing, which plenty of video and cine shooters still want to do, us included. These new hybrid style lenses will offer the best of both worlds, and I really hope we get to see more of them come out next year, especially from Sigma and the style that they've advertised. The 28-105 f2.8 in this style would be amazing. At NAB, Smorig released their Tribex tripod, which was co-developed with PotatoJet. This system has proved very popular because of its incredibly fast clutch design for adjusting the tripod legs and good price point. It gives a similar experience to Sachtler's excellent Flowtech system, but at a much lower price. Though the Flowtechs are still the professional standard that are incredibly well constructed and easily serviceable. But the Tribex really is incredibly fast to adjust, all from this single handle. The carbon fibre legs on the Tribex are very nice, but it doesn't use a regular bowl system to mount the head, which you'd normally find on regular video focus tripod systems. The included head is good, but it does have a limit of 6 kilograms, which for some will be too little, and the legs can handle much more weight than that, so a larger head and camera payload could be usable. Overall though, given its price, it's a very nice system. Smorig now offers a great range of budget tripod options, but the Tribex is definitely a step up from their other ones in regards to feature set and build quality. So if you're looking for a video focused tripod that's really fast to use and level off, this is a good option to look at. Sony announced 2 new cameras in a bit of an underappreciated segment online, the NX800 and Z200, both of which are traditional camcorders. We looked at the Z200 back before it came out and really enjoyed our time using it. Camcorders come out pretty irregularly now, but plenty of people still use them as they are just so great and reliable to shoot video. And these new ones from Sony take everything great from their previous camcorder systems, but add a bunch of the new tech from their other lines of cameras. The big standout features on these are the addition of Sony's excellent 2 to 7 stop electronic ND system, their updated AI processing chip which helps improve autofocus reliability, and the massive 20 times optical zoom, which can be extended even further with the use of clear image zoom. The Z200 is slightly more professionally focused, but they both offer a great user experience and can capture good looking video that will easily match and cut alongside Sony's other offerings. Up next, Arri announced their Enzo series of cinema primes, and they are beautiful. We finally got our showroom set in, so we've managed to chuck them on our projector and on a camera to capture some very brief tests, and the image they produce is gorgeous. I was even very impressed with how nice the packaging and included cases are for them. The whole package is just so well thought out, though the caps are a bit hard to get off out of the box, but hopefully they will loosen up a little bit over time. There's going to be 14 lenses in the set ranging from 10.5 to 250mm, most of which are T2.1, though some of the longer and wider focal lengths go up to T2.8. We currently have a 6 lens set and a set of the vintage elements, which are inspired by their impression series of filters for the signature primes. One of the most impressive features of the Enzo primes is that most of them have a magnification ratio of 1:4, which gives them really impressive close focus performance and makes them incredibly versatile. The mechanics are unsurprisingly very smooth, and they feel incredibly well put together. Honestly, there's so much to love about these, and compared to the signatures, they are much lower priced, which should make them more affordable to rent. Let us know if you want to see a full review of these in the comments. And oh yeah, they also announced the 265, which looks pretty amazing as well, but that's currently rental only. Aperture announced 2 new fixtures that use their Blair CG lighting engine, the 80 and 1000C. This new light engine is really exciting as it now consists of LEDs covering blue, lime, amber, indigo, red, cyan and green, and it aims to fix some of the gaps in the light spectrum that conventional LED fixtures have. Aperture has an excellent video showcasing some fantastic visual examples of exactly why they've been designed this way, and how these lights perform compared to traditional fixtures and existing LED solutions. The showcase of matching real-life objects in the foreground and then the colour on the background using the new lights is honestly beautiful and very impressive. The 80C is 80 watts and the 1000C is the 1000 watts. They both feature the Pro-Lock Bowens mount, have a CCT range of 1800 to 20,000 and have a range of available accessories. We've now got these in-house, but we haven't had a chance to properly test them yet. However, from first impressions, they do look very nice. Aperture also announced their Infinimat series this year, which is fantastic as well. Up next, Laowa announced a range of new macro cine lenses, the Swords. We've had a set of these in our showroom for a while now, and they are a truly excellent set of lenses for people wanting a dedicated set of macro primes. The set consists of a 15, 25, 35, 60, 100 and 180mm, which is a really great range. Some of these focal lengths use existing designs that Laowa have used with some of their stills lenses previously, but bring them into more cine-orientated housings that feel great. Laowa have always done specialist macro lenses really well, and this set is no different. Their close focuses are really good and they perform well across the set. The 15mm is mad. It has such a good close focus that it pretty much focuses on the front element itself. They provide nice, clean, sharp imagery with very low amounts of CA, which for lenses like this is very impressive, and it's even more impressive considering their price, which is £1,500 per lens or around $8,000 for the 6 lens set. If you want to check them out for yourself in our beautiful London showroom, drop demo@cvp.com and email. All the way back at NAB, Blackmagic announced the Pixis, Ursa Cine 12K and 17K cameras. These announcements rocked the filmmaking industry, and the Pixis and 12K are now readily available, with the 17K hopefully coming next year. We've looked at both the Pixis and 12K in depth, so if you want to learn more about them, check out our videos on them. But they both offer excellent features at great price points. However, to me, the 12K is definitely the standout. It really does have some incredibly unique features that other cameras don't offer currently. The sensor is very impressive, and what you get for your money is honestly incredible. The 17K is going to share a lot with it, but features a much larger sensor that we haven't really seen before outside of Arri's Alexa 65 and 265. So I'm really excited to get it in and test it, as I really enjoyed our time with the 12K. It's great to see Blackmagic pushing the tech in our industry forward, and I hope people shoot with the 12K now that they are available, as it really is an impressive camera for its price. We've also got some honourable mentions that we wanted to include here as well. Canon announced their 70-200 f2.8 RF hybrid lens, which is an excellent lens for video and photo, but does come at a hefty price. Sigma released their 28-105 f2.8 DG-DN art zoom lens for E and L mount, which offers a fantastic unique blend of features and excellent price point. I really want to see a Cine hybrid version of this lens. DZO released their ARL set of Cine lenses that have become very popular quickly because of their great price, solid build quality, range of focal lengths, and clean, sharp, but slightly characterful image. Freefly updated their Ember ecosystem with a range of firmware upgrades and their media expander, which adds the ability to slide in media modules and can even unlock pre-record. This was a feature missing from the camera initially, so it's really great to have a solution available now. It also adds a range of extra inputs and outputs, including a 3G SDI. It honestly transforms the camera and makes it an even better option now for slow motion acquisition. Bright Tangerine released their Casper Atman shoulder plate. This is a really adjustable and wide shoulder plate, which is great to adjust and balance your rig to be as comfortable as possible. Sony finally released firmware for the FX3, which adds shutter angle, as well as a bunch of other features. Nanlite announced the development of the Evoke 5000B bi-color 5000 watt LED fixture, which I can't wait to see. Atomos released the Shinobi 2, which they've continued to improve with firmware updates. This now means that you have camera control and touch autofocus with the FX3 and FX30, which is really great to see. Apple released their new Mac Minis, which offer their latest processors in very small but incredibly powerful packages, which makes them incredibly accessible now for people wanting to use Apple Silicon for creative tasks. And lastly, Focusbug released the OV1 Cine RT overlay, which takes the SDI out of your camera and overlays a range of focus data onto a 3G SDI monitor, which is really awesome. We've done videos about a lot of the kit I've mentioned here, which I've put into a playlist in the description. Let us know in the comments though what your favourite kit from this year was, and I just want to say thank you for watching this year. We really appreciate you all watching and commenting, so have a great holiday break and we'll see you in the new year.